Hey there, I am Sarah from InsanelySara, and this video is kind of to introduce myself to you and give you my background a little bit. I know I've never officially done that in a video, so this should hopefully bring you up to speed on who I am, what I like to do, where I came from, etc. Alright, if you can't tell already from my accent, I am from the north. I am from the great state of Wisconsin. I was born and raised in a small town, central Wisconsin. Went to high school in a small town. What was I like in high school? I don't know, not very different from how I am now. Just kind of out there myself. I never fit into a specific group. You know, I had friends from all over. I just love everybody. A sprinkler! Sorry, that's Christopher. So that's what I did. I really enjoyed choir and band. I played volleyball for a little bit. Did not get into basketball. Not my thing. And no, I didn't run track in high school. So there you go. That was me in high school. Yes, I was considered, the goody two-shoes type sometimes because I was, student council, National Honor Society, whatever. After high school, I went to the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities, and I went there for a year, and it was your average college experience. I loved it. I loved Minneapolis. Loved the cities, especially in the wintertime. Gorgeous, gorgeous. If you ever get a chance, go to Minneapolis, go to the Nicolay Mall, and watch their winter parade. It's just beautiful. So that was college. It was pretty standard. Drank a lot and ate ramen noodles, was extremely poor, and really found out that the university was not for me. And so I started to explore tech school, which obviously was a lot cheaper too. And I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this, because at that point I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was in a relationship with my boyfriend at the time, and who I had been dating for 2 years, and it had been going downhill, and I was actually going to break it off, and then I found out I was pregnant in June of 2008. I found out I was pregnant. So that was a shocker. I was in the bathroom of a Quick Trip, and how do you tell your parents, and how do you tell your extremely upright Christian grandparents? It's just one of those things. Yes, I was on birth control, doesn't matter. I took it faithfully, doesn't matter. But it was hard. It was a difficult year. My oldest, Christopher, that's his biological father, and I did not click. It was an extremely rough year. If you want to read about my whole story and experience with that, I encourage you to go check out my blog and click on the My Story tab. Yeah. But I decided to keep Christopher against some other people's opinions, and I can't imagine life any other way. On May 21st, 2009, I met my big man. I say big because after a natural childbirth, yeah, not joking, I had a water birth, TMI for some people, but he was 10 pounds, 3 ounces. Yeah, he was big. And, that's really when things started to go up in some ways and down in others. Down in the fact that, I was upset and I didn't know where life was going at the time, but God had some pretty good plans for me. And so it was just me and Christopher. I was a single mom. I started taking college classes online through Penn Foster, and I worked as a personal care worker and did some CNA work. It was like CNA work, only I wasn't a CNA. I'm not sure what that would be. So I worked at 2 jobs, went to school online, and I was living by myself. So it was a tough year, but I enjoyed a lot of it, just getting to see my first baby grow up, and I had some vlogs from then. And I really use vlogs as a way to document my everyday life. I obsessed with journals and diaries. Probably got that from my grandma Paula. And this is just like a visual video diary for me. I absolutely love it. I love looking back, and it's nice because family and friends can watch this, and it's a really good way to keep in touch with you guys. So, okay, so that was it. So, but actually, while I was pregnant, one of my good friends from high school, Rob, had been deployed to Iraq, and we wrote letters, and then when he was in Kuwait, I believe, or he was actually back in the States, he called me. And I didn't see him as anything more than a friend this whole time. You know, we had been friends since high school, but it kind of started to develop into more. And after Christopher had surgery and I was in the hospital with him for 5 days, I was a frazzled single mom. And Rob actually flew me down to Texas where he was stationed. And then we went to South Padre Island, and he kind of asked me out at the Gulf, which was pretty romantic. It was really nice. And, you know, it was exactly what I needed mentally, because I had been so stressed out. I needed a break. And thank God I have wonderful family that watched Christopher for me. That really just made me feel alive. It reminded me of who I was, and it was wonderful. So then we started dating, and I think we kind of knew that we were going to get married. And we got married spur of the moment. Seriously. I think we were talking about it, and then he's like, well, why don't we just get married then? And I'm like, seriously? He's like, yeah, I have leave in 2 weeks or a week and a half. So, yeah, we did. We didn't plan a wedding because we knew we would never save up enough. He was in Texas, I was in Wisconsin. I told my dad in a grocery store, I'm like, I'm getting married this weekend. He's like, what? And flipped out. But he was okay because he liked Rob. So, yeah, we got married, and it was just a really small get-together. And then within the next month, I moved to Kansas. So, and that was in May of 2010. I moved to Kansas. I got pregnant. After Rob was gone for training for a month, I got pregnant the night he got home. Because he's in the Army, in case I hadn't mentioned that. So, yeah, I got pregnant in July of 2010, and we got to meet little Ryan on April 18th, 2011. And he's just so precious. So I have 2 little boys, and they're wonderful. And then, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, and then we moved to Florida in September of 2011 because Rob decided to go for EOD training. He passed phase 1, which was 3 months. So I was by myself for 3 months with 2 boys. Such is the life of a military wife. And then we moved to Florida, and we were there for almost a year. We were there from like September of 2011 until August 2012. This year, actually. So we just got here the beginning of August, and we are now stationed at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, out here in the country. So, yee-haw! It's a lot different from Florida. I miss it, you know. I love the peace and the tranquility out here, and I'm a backwoods girl. I love fishing, but I really miss the beach. So, what can you expect from my vlogs? I mostly document my everyday life, what's going on. Like I said, this is just going to be a video diary for me. I'm really passionate about nutrition and health and fitness stuff, so you'll probably find those kinds of things, recipes. I love shopping. I love good deals. I love thrift stores. So I like to post a lot of that. I do some DIY projects, you know, when I have time, because I actually work from home. I run a home-based business. So that's about it. That's probably what you're going to find on my vlogs. If you have any questions, feel free to send it in a message. And please do, check out my blog. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for following and watching. And I hope every one of you has a great day. Bye.